So mad respect to anybody that came up on the stage tonight. That does not mean that it's the end of the poetry, y'all. Like I said earlier, we have a feature tonight! She's been here before. How many of you have seen this poet tonight before? No, make some noise. Don't be nice. Don't be nice. Make some noise if you've seen this poet perform before. How many of you have never seen this poet? How many of you have absolutely no idea who I'm talking about right now? Alright. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to introduce the poet. And then I'm going to hand over the microphone. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to take a shot of tequila. I'm going to tip my bartender. Like you should. And I'm going to enjoy the poetry. So, this poet has been on 5 slam teams thus far. Featured on the final stage of the Woman of the World Poetry Slam in 2014 and was a member of the UT Austin winning team in 2014 of the National Collegiate Poetry Slam. Her work has been published by the Academy of American Poets and I can't pronounce that. Junois magazine. I'm a horrible person. I have no idea what that says. Her other interests include dancing, the Macarena. I made that up, that's me. Reading and loving intentionally. I'm down for that. She is currently a student teaching at the high school level in order to pursue her dream of becoming an English teacher. Yeah. Yet I know. But you about to know. Yep. Start building the noise. Yep. Start showing some love. Here's a big Houston. Right about now, welcome to Arati, Warrior! You can do that. Everybody hands go up. And they say yeah. And they say yeah. And they say yeah.
To the earring hook, to the threatening phone call, to the penis, to the white people with their hands in my food, to the 11-hour Netflix binge, to the men and their eyes, to the white people and their jokes, to my parents and their homophobia, to the sinking ship of my brain, to everything that has tried to kill me, I am alive. There. I wrote it down so it's true. I am still kissing sunshine and crying about everything. I am growing extra skins all the time here. This is the birth of a kingdom. Here is my body, a wilting orchestra, an ornate baby deer. Here is 7-year-old me with the loudest laugh in the room. Here is 21-year-old me opening to the very marrow, so even during the breakdown, all the God can shine through, to the body that keeps going until it doesn't, to the bitch demons collecting in my lower back, to the scatter, to the thoughts coiling tightly and unwinding within seconds, to the anxious breath. I am taking you back. This body that spent years believing itself ugly, believing itself a burial ground for the native tongue, a small sacrifice for anyone else's convenience. This mind, this voice, these hands, I will never lose these again. It is impossible to wrench me from the liquid ache of my love. From my many selves, I am bringing all the woman I am into every room I enter, and I am afraid. Learning not to be ashamed, learning to let go of people who only want temporary from me, of the jealousy creeping up vine-like and crippling, of the restless dance my bones fall prey to, of the unhinging worry, of tension, of time. I am standing at the precipice, terrified. Everything is moving and I jump, bound, leap, fall, come up for air. Days later, even my thoughts threaten to spiral and dissolve. I keep moving forward. This is the punch back, a reckoning with every big, beautiful thing in the coming years. I am born again daily and growing into current and tree root and the space where the soil marries the sky. One day, I plan to keep only the good things, to adorn myself in nothing but glitter, to fall in love with the naked flesh, the generous pulse. One day, I plan to love so loudly my body abandons every demon harvesting me, to anything that will ever try to kill me. to the heaviness that will come. I am alive, there. I wrote it down so it's true. So that's kind of an older poem, and I try really hard to not be a person who brings older poems to the function, but thank you. But I feel like of all my poems, that's the one that I'm like, I'm not really ready to retire that one, because I'm like, oh, I'm doing great, life is awesome, and 3 months later I'm like, oh no. And like I have to remind myself of that again, so I do that one often. So I'm glad you like it. Apologies if you've heard it before and you were like, God damn, she can't bring any new shit. All right.
It's beautiful shit.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much, but I do want to say, I want to talk in terms of, doing some poems, but I do want to say before my next one that just like a little thing that I want to let y'all know is that this is really rare for me, but I didn't finalize my set for this till this morning. That's not usually what I do. And I think the reason is really because right now as a poet and as a person, I'm still really processing what my job is, if that makes sense, like in this current political, social, cultural climate. And for some people this is not new, right? For some people have been surviving for a long time before a Trump presidency and will continue to survive after a Trump presidency. But my good friend Charles, who's amazing, talks a lot about how poets have a responsibility to write about the times that they're in. And so I think I'm figuring out how to handle that responsibility with respect and elevate voices without talking over them. So I think that we might go on a bit of a journey tonight, if y'all are down.
Yes!
Okay, cool. So this is gonna be me working through some shit.
Scenic route.
Yeah, we're taking the scenic route. I brought good work, I did, because I wouldn't have not done that, that would have been shitty of me. But it is me like figuring stuff out and processing and working through, some things. So speaking of working through some things and some insecurities, here's a poem. It is a strange technology that leaves me under the burning light, a white woman standing over me with a laser in her hand. I have come to remake my face, bow down to science and become hairless. I am here for the new medicine. I have forsaken the facial bleach and wax. In this modern age, I sit in her chair, she, a faux doctor, with her almost scalpel, ready to laser my face naked, transform me sharp and angular in the light. My face, a weapon, or a modern miracle, or a crisp progress, something we can all aspire to, see beautiful or civilized. I offer my cheek to the light, and this white woman does her job. She yammers on about something stupid, really. See my face in her hands, my face under the light. Her hands are the light. Her hands touch my face as her stupid mouth keeps running, burns each hair at the follicle. She tells me about the beautiful Indian man she met recently. He was so attractive, I never would have even guessed he was Indian. I thought he must have been South American, so sexy, so exotic. Burns against my cheek. South Indian, fair and lovely, ugly, jungle woman, mustache wax, nair, veet, ugly, Jolin's bleach, Sally Hansen, ugly. She strips all this savagery from my face and I accept it, grind it deep into my heart. I glint, stainless. Praise her soft hands, godless tools. I blink, newly radiant under the light. True story. That's what a white lady said to me once while literally lasering hair off my face. And if that's not a metaphor for something, like, are you kidding me? That poem wrote itself. I just remembered that there's a live stream and I keep doing all these awkward bends over here to get my papers, so.
You're good.
I hope that looked cute. So I am the child of immigrants. My parents came from India, and all my family's in India, but I grew up in America. I was born in Florida. I was raised in Austin, Texas. So I'm like always talking about diaspora and like living in two worlds and like not really knowing what my identity is. And then I got really sick of that shit because it turns out both countries I'm from commit egregious human rights offenses all the time. Like both of them. So, you know what? If they don't want me, I don't want them. I wrap the borders of every country that doesn't want me around my waist, and it becomes my prettiest skirt. I giggle, and my tongue becomes a flag, and I know the dangers of making a country of my body. I know of white men. They're explorers and adventurers thrusting their way through virgin soil. In the textbooks or literature, they are always admiring the beauty of the curving mountains and valleys, always penetrating their flagpoles deep into the welcoming earth. I know about curry pussy and Kama Sutra fantasies. Still, I cannot help myself. Hey, homeland, I don't want you anyway. Did you know India turned its back on all who called it home? Reverse colonization, freed itself, bathed in holy water as if the Dalit women can wash off their blood that keeps spilling, as if the queers will forget the thirst they were left with. Did you know America has always been an imperialist machine? Was born with bared teeth, snarling, ready for greatness. I cannot rest until I have named every hurt, pressed my finger to the pain point, unraveled the story, and identified my own location in it. And yes, I am a girl whose feelings are always hurt. And maybe I am a woman who can never be satisfied, but I don't want to own anything. I am not asking to claim this land or that. I am not interested in walls. In this new world, I follow the thread back to the beginning of time, unfurl the map and soar back past partition, colonization, empire, a mass of jungle, those who would make me climb out of the earth. I cannot see their faces. I only know enough to recognize a kindred spirit. Thousands of years in the future, I sit on the other side of the world, trying to hold on to that familiar, a blessing too big to be granted by any living person I know. Hey, homeland, I don't want you anyway. I walk two worlds. I live two lives, or I take up the third space. My backbone becomes the border itself, and there I go again, trying to transform myself into a nation I can say I belong to, but I fall asleep with a book under my pillow, and I make that my home. My love opens her arms to me, and I am home. I own only this body, and what it does, I don't want any other home. There isn't a map in existence that fits in my hands, but here is a list of undeniable truths. When I hear songs in Hindi, I am filled with a familiar grief. My lover translates the songs to me, and I cannot remember a time when I was more jealous. I'm teaching myself to like mangoes. I don't trust men in any country. My little Texas heart flutters violently in its cage. Whatever country I'm in, I'm from the South. I don't know how to have these conversations without crying.
Yeah, make some noise if you're enjoying Arati Warrior. That's fun. She's still got more to go, but I got some questions to ask you. You traveled here from Austin?
I did.
Yes, fantastic. Austin, Texas. I know, Aggies. Fuck you. No, I love you. All right, do you have any merch for sale?
I do!
Yes!
Should I talk about it?
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay, so
No, don't talk about it. Leave everybody in mystery.
So I have a chapbook, and here's my thing. My chapbook is kind of old, right? So it's a full chapbook, but it's kind of old, so I am selling it for $10, but thank you, yeah.
You can't afford not to
Wait,
buy
no, I got another deal for y'all, ready?
Yeah, here we go.
I am in the process of making another chapbook, but I wanted to bring y'all new poems, so I did print out like a small collection of new poems.
A little mini.
A little mini, yeah, it's not a full chapbook.
It's like a
so
chip
not
book.
full price.
It's a chibi book.
Exactly. It's like maybe, like $7 new. Right.
You can't afford not to buy it!
Right. And honestly, like if you want to get both, we can like work something out. We can make
Oh,
it cheaper.
yeah.
me. We'll work something. I have books.
She's got books! So go talk to her afterwards. She's hanging out back there. Back there. She's hanging out back there by the bar by Christy, who you should tip. But by the bar over there, you can talk to her. She's got 2 books for sale. Speaking of tipping, what we're going to do is we're going to pass around this tip jar. Yeah. I love you guys. We're going to pass around this tip jar. So whether you decide to buy one or both or none of her chat books, you can definitely put some money in this tip jar because gas is not getting any cheaper anytime soon. So we're going to pass this around. Anything that you put in here is going to go directly to her, and you're going to love her, and she's going to keep doing some poems, and I'm going to shut the fuck up and we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the support.
Arati, there's 7 people watching this live right now.
Oh my god, guys, there are currently 7 people watching this live stream. I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever been on a live stream before. But never like individually myself. Yeah. I'm such a nerd. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not sorry. Okay, so I think something I've been thinking a lot about is environmental racism, right? And I want to talk about that more. And I think that that's such a relevant thing right now, right? With Flint, Michigan, with the Dakota Access Pipeline, and all these things, and that's just right now. Like that's been true for a long time. Like land and water and all these things have always been used, right? And so again, I'm trying to figure out my place in talking about this and what I want to elevate, and this is me attempting to do that. I don't know if I pulled it off, but I think it's pretty good.
I believe you.
Imagine the Ganga, mythical beast of a river cascading through India and Bangladesh. Swollen, it rises to meet thousands every day. Siphons water forward to kiss their praying palms. The river flows like a blessing. Imagine this, the mightiest river in India, reduced to its polluted elements. Waters infested with industrial, human, and religious waste. Ashes and garbage float to the surface, and thousands still fall to their knees every day at its banks. Thank every higher power that they're privileged with this decaying lifeline. Now, imagine it reincarnated as a bead of sweat traveling the length of my lover's body. Or as the sheen on my forehead as I lean over her in bed. This love is a water not recognized in India. Polluted, made dirty. Not everything is political, but in fact, everything is political. Imagine the monsoon season, a crack in the sky, and suddenly water everywhere, and the sizzle and the heat dies down, and the parched soil rises with moisture. The resuscitation of land, the promise of living another year is a truer sign of God and science and something to hold on to than any other. Note, this is not good for everyone. We cannot forget the floods. Everything contains nuance, even water. Now, picture Atlanta, Georgia in the late 19th century, 100 years before my parents made their journey across the Atlantic Ocean. The city bubbles with an old and historic energy, and Coca-Cola is born. Picture the bottle. Picture it full of Coke. Replace that. Water. Replace that. Blood. Whose blood? My ancestors. Whatever. I'm not trying to be gory. I'm trying to make a point. Coca-Cola bottling plants have made themselves home all over India. Factories fueled by the dryness of greed sprawl across the entire nation, dehydrating the land, bleeding it out. Picture leeches sucking you dry. Imagine sandpaper throat, mouth full of sediment, the entire body becoming a desert of shifting dunes. Imagine 1,000 farmers standing next to 1,000 empty wells. A man-made drought is a never-ending one. I present the facts. 1. Since 1993, Coke has steadily risen to become a leading product in India. Sugar and money have always been the ready and eager tools for the colonists. 2. Coca-Cola tries so hard to scrub itself sin-free, promising new jobs and environmentally conscious efforts. 3. Water turns waste, turns lead, turns gone, and the activists, farmers, and people rise like a storm. Picture this side of the Atlantic again. The businessmen and CEOs with eyes sunken in, surrounded by financial reports. Bottling plant after plant is being shut down, and still they plot. And their bodies are full of water, and what turbulent waters those must be. Roaring and pulsing and revolt, thirsting so badly to drown their owners from the inside out. I have not forgotten my place in this. I reach across the ocean in an attempt to touch and support those fighting, but my body remains firmly in the US, where every thirst, sweat, and drink keeps me privileged and complicit. Thank you. Woo! Yeah, okay, thanks for doing that with me. I was like not sure how I felt about that. That was the first time I read that out loud. Woo, okay. Yeah, new shit. Okay, so I'm like kind of notorious for doing really long prefaces to my poems, but this one requires a story. I'm just gonna keep it really short, and then I'm gonna do the poem. So a while ago, wait, actually, in case it was not obvious, I am a queer. I'm a total homo. Oh God, I hope my parents aren't watching this. I mean, they know. They'd just be really pissed that I said that. Okay, so. So a while ago, I did this poem. The Supreme Court of India reinstated this really archaic law that basically outlawed homosexuality. It's really fucked up, and I hadn't come out to my parents yet at the time, so I wrote this poem sort of paralleling those two things. And this really cool thing happened where the poem got put on YouTube, and it happened to get a lot of traction, and I got like really cool feedback from, mainly like young, queer, desi women, right? Like, it's not like anybody else was really talking about this, but specifically young, queer, desi women who enjoy poetry, that's kind of a small community, would talk to me about this. Which is awesome. And, but what was funny is that by the time the poem actually got like filmed and put on YouTube, I'd actually already come out to my parents. So then I wrote a second poem, sort of about like being, I come from a culture that really values family, right? And so it was really important to me, even in coming out, that I was valuing my family. And so I wrote this poem about how that was really difficult because I was trying to be a daughter to my family and to my community, but also I was like, I have to be myself, like this isn't really something I can change or that I like ever would, right? Because I am proud of it and like fuck anyone who says that I shouldn't be, because they are my family. So complex, right? And then, funny thing happened. So a huge part of the reason that I came out to my parents is because I was really tired of having to lie to them all the time, right? About my girlfriend. Because I am in this really wonderful relationship that I wanted to be able to honor and not hide. She's super cute. She's in the audience today. I'm a huge fan of her. And I found that it wasn't making lying it wasn't really stopping me from lying. Like, if anything, I had to lie more, because now they knew. And before, I could like pass it off as a friend I was hanging out with, and then there was this weird period of time where I was like, I'm just gonna go hang out with all these other people. Like, I lied more. It was a complete backfire. So I wrote this third poem thinking about like maybe coming out wasn't the move, because coming out's not for everyone and all that, and maybe it really wasn't. And I did this thing. I was being an artist, and I took lines from the first two poems to help me create this third poem. So, maybe it's a cop-out, maybe it's art.
Genius.
Maybe it's both.
Cop art. Cop art.
Cop art.
When I came home, came out, came wrong, and gave thanks to the night sky for how it covers me in composure, and called on love to save me, called on every ancestor, and husked my frame for each ancient piece of magic left, summoning the original witch in me, and I found proof in the holy books, and the skies rolled back, revealing my first kin, there to encourage me, and the moon howled louder than the wolves, threatening to erupt through my skin. And I held this truth to my parents, reflecting so brightly, and they still would not recognize me. Or they forgot my love as an offering from the gods, as clean water. Or coming out was never supposed to be easy, was it? Or I envisioned my parents' heartbreak flooding all of India. Or I dream constantly of the enchantments that make home in a woman's mouth. My dreams are never in sound. Or silence is not shame, or an apology, or how lucky I am to love. How lucky I am to be loved. What else could I do but take back the hunt, break it down into an algorithm I could master, but perform, false smile, false laugh, false daughter, but resort back to the old books, this time for new answers, reach past the myths and Hinduisms for the mechanics of coming out. I'm not looking for graceful, just the how and the why. but to bring to life and kill my imaginary children again and again, but become a ghost girl, or better yet, automated woman, compartmentalize. My mouth here, my heart there. Robot girl does not need all parts of her body at the same place, at the same time, but burn the end of the thread and drag it through my body, cauterize the wound that comes with giving away our last and greatest secrets, but engineer myself a new form, one without the impulse to cry. That one was for Thanaya. Okay, so this next one is so new, I didn't actually even get a chance to print it out. So it's still on my Google Drive, yes. Yeah, thinking about this presidency, and just the general fuck shit.
Accurate.
This one's for my friends. The night I met my love, she noticed my hands first. In moments of unpeace, I shape mine around hers, and we let this warmth carry us a while. I want to hold hands with everyone I love. Would rather be remembered by the space between my fingers than anything else. But at night, I dream about webs of hands following me, and I'm forced to detangle and dismember each phantom limb. I think about my friends and what they choose or refuse to carry. Women and femmes with whole histories made up of other people's invasive hands. Every queer I know has sat with loneliness, left to eat their own arm. O land of mine that lays claim to the bodies of everyone I love. O government machine that asks us to sit still, promises progress. O evil city, capital, state, empire, O global warfare and destruction, I fold my hands in prayer and it does nothing. Oh, careless tools that eat, wash, love, vote, kill, steal, colonize, unaware of the impact. I do not align myself with this negligence. I do not let myself touch anything. I think about my friends, burdened by their own resilience, and ache to protect them. I'm floating off to sleep when it occurs to me that I'd rather carry a switchblade or sword than these useless, useless hands. Woo! I'm pissed. Oh man, I'm so mad. And like,
Similar. That hairpin.
I love you.
I'm really mad. I'm really mad. I don't have anything else poetic to say about that. I'm fucking angry. And like I'm angry for myself and for the person I am and all the things that I have to deal with, but I'm like a million times angrier about for all the beautiful, incredible, brilliant people in my life who every day are getting more and more scared and more angry and more able to endure the unendurable. So if you're not pissed, get pissed.
Amen.
I have one more poem. It's gonna be kind of a switch from the anger that I just felt, because I like to end on notes of love. I really do. Thank you. Yeah. So I did the whole thing about the merch that I have. So come see me afterwards if you want some merch, or like if you want to give some consensual hugs. Right. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Houston. Yeah, y'all are amazing. Lois Gaia was in the audience, so it's a good night already. Thank you so much for everyone who's here and is supporting me, and thank you to all the poets who slammed. Y'all were incredible and had important things to say. And it's a hard thing to get up here and bare your soul. So shout out to you. And if you in the audience were moved by anything, please tell a poet that you were moved by their work. We like to hear that. Oh, thank you. Wasn't expecting that. Now I'm salting my chest. Oh man. Okay. I should just end there before I get really blushy. I really am. I'm such a dork. Oh man. Okay. So, like I said, I like to end talking about love. So this one is for my girlfriend. My heart is an uncomfortable place to live. And the woman I love is magical. Knows everything I am going to tell her before I say it. Knows my errant heartbeat. Splits my shame in half. Holds it out to me and says, try again. Brown woman butterfly. The first sign of daybreak. Frightened God. King of a city too far from me. You champion the slow patience of our love. How we are burnt toast sometimes, or wet socks, or a sink full of dirty dishes, and how your arm still pulls me closer in sleep, falls numb every night from the burden of my being. My heart is an uncomfortable stone to hold, but oh lover, let me remind you. Bruises fade too easily, so mark me again and again before the world. The brown-skinned woman can only be loved by the brown-skinned woman. So it follows that you love me. Reach down and plant a butterfly in my belly. Let me remember you by the impression of your teeth, by the purple offerings across my skin. Bring my pulse to the surface. Call me back into you. I promise I will come. Promise to give you this heart, this whole heart. So help us both. Thank you.
Okay, wait. I know it's late, y'all. I know it's cold. But make some noise for Arati Warrior! She's fucking amazing. Like she said, she's got not one, but 2 chapbooks for sale, and she's willing to do a little dance, make a love. Got a deal for you tonight. Okay? Probably not the first 2 with you. She probably has plans to do that, but not with you. Not with you. But she'll do the last one. Alright, so go talk to her afterwards. She's got chapbooks for sale. She also gives really amazing hugs. I'm just throwing that out there. Alright, so as long as they're consensual hugs, you know. Because consent is not only mandatory, it's sexy. It's real sexy. So, go give her a hug later tonight. Go give her your money. Go get a book. But right now, we had a slam tonight. Which means we have some winners! And I have money to give out. So, here we go. In third place tonight, we need $10. Make some noise for Jeremy Brown! Second place tonight, winning $20. Give it up for Nine the Poet! Okay, I'm gonna need you to run up here faster. There's only so long you can hold this slow motion. I don't know about this screw life. Okay. And then in first place tonight, winning $30. Your winners for tonight. You all are winners for being here. Thank you so much for being here. You all are amazing.